Huh. Did Tesla just address one of my complaints? So if you recall in my last Tesla video, or my first I should probably say, evidently, yeah, that was the most popular video on the channel, so thanks guys. I guess that means I might do some more Tesla content, because evidently that's pretty popular. Anywho, one problem I brought up with the Model S and X refresh is the steering box. Yes, steering box. Everyone calls it the yoke. I call it the steering box because it is literally a box. I guess I should probably be a little more elaborate on what my problem with the box was, and it had nothing to do with the shape of it being a box. My problem was it was mounted offset versus on center. Now, Tesla has sort of addressed this problem by, let's just say, a photo of the new Model S with a full regular steering wheel was leaked. So clearly that means Tesla is planning on shipping these with the steering wheel, but the steering box is optional for those who want it. How they get it, I have no idea. I think it might be an accessory you add on later. I'm not sure, but what I know is that they are going to ship with us your standard steering wheel, which will be nice. The wheel part isn't my problem. It's just the mounting position of the steering box that I didn't like. Why is that? Even though the top half being cut off does help you be able to see the front screen, well, it kind of leaves a problem when it comes to actually taking a turn. You see, we're used to turning wheels that are mounted at the center point of the wheel, which means something like this. That's how you typically turn a wheel. But with the steering box design, let's see. No, where's the mounting point? Oh yeah, off center. That means instead of turning like this, you have to turn your arms like this. A rocking motion versus a rotating motion. Difference between a rock and a simple twist like that. That is the biggest complaint that I have with the steering box. It's because it makes you do this, and let me tell you, there is no driver on the road that's used to doing this with the steering wheel. That was my biggest problem, because it's not on center, and because it is so weird and wacky, the fact that drivers would have to take the time to get used to that, not exactly the smartest idea on the road, because that means you're going to spend more time making sure I'm turning the wheel correctly versus actually completing a turn without hitting anything. So because of that increase of distraction, well, there's a potential increase for accidents. It's just not exactly the most ergonomic friendly part of the whole driving experience, and I don't know why Tesla, they could do a box if they wanted to. Like, say, Ferrari and so many other high-performance car brands, and I'm talking about like exotic supercars, they have box-like steering wheels as well. The difference between those steering boxes and Tesla's steering box is Ferrari's and everyone else's steering boxes are mounted in the center of the box. Tesla's steering box is mounted offset. So it's not the actual shape that I'm mad about, it's the positioning of the wheel. It's much easier to turn a wheel that twists like this versus rocks like that, especially when it's a large item. So that was my problem, and from the looks of it, Tesla has addressed that with the correct steering wheel. And even though, yeah, it's a wheel, not a box, it at least solves the one problem I had with it. Shouldn't have to worry about that, at least for the steering wheel. And for those of you who want the steering box with the rocking motion, which I don't know why you would want that, if I'm being honest, but there are some that do. Then again, it's kind of like when I ended up switching from your standard kid's bike to an actual mountain bike. Wow, I was figuring out how to steer that thing so hard. So that was my problem with it, and thank you Tesla for addressing it. But there are some more people who probably have more questions, like, is even the box shape legal? Well, actually yeah. like I mentioned, there are high-performance car brands like Ferrari and, well, other high-performance exotic supercars that have steering boxes mounted in the center. And yeah, they're sold legally. Not to mention, when you do the research, you'll find that there isn't exactly any laws stipulating as of whether any other shape than a circle is legal for a steering wheel. So I guess that means if somebody really wanted to, you could do a steering triangle. Please don't. Just please don't. So there actually isn't a law speculating on whether the steering wheel is, that particular steering wheel is legal or not. So especially for Cybertruck fans, stop questioning it, because clearly after doing the research you'll find that there's no law stipulating it, which means it's pretty much legal until proven otherwise. So while the whole steering box thing is very controversial in terms of the design and all that, don't be all controversial about the shape, because there are other vehicles that use a box for their wheel. What you should be controversial of is where it's mounted. That is where you should be controversial. Alright, that's enough of me, and so I hope this really helps you figure out what the whole deal with the steering box thing is. And in terms of videos from here on out, I'm actually thinking of doing more Tesla content, because after just watching the views on my last Tesla video, considering how quickly it got to there compared to my other videos, not to mention it's the top video right now, I think that I might do a little more Tesla content more often, because clearly there's a lot of interest in it, and well, I gotta cater to my audience, especially if I'm gonna get my channel to be actually known out there. So guess I gotta go with the flow, even though I don't own Tesla. Alright, thank you for watching. Do me a favor and interact with the buttons below. My name is Alpha DeWolf, Random Alpha, signing out.